3 months, the party have gone around the country, starting from Nasarawa on the 29th day of October till 11th of February in Lagos. Our campaign, the OBIdients campaign train, moved across the country. And you know that the youth has been spearheading this movement. Therefore, it is my honor this afternoon to address you, to share ideas with you, to tell you how far we've gone and what we need to do in the few days left for this election to happen on 25th day of February. That is the next Saturday, this coming Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Nigerian youth, I stand before you today as a proud Nigerian, acting national leader of our great party under the capable leadership of Barrister Julius Abure, fielding the foremost likable presidential and vice presidential candidates, Mr. Peter Obi and Dr. Dati Baba Ahmed Obi-Dati, in the upcoming general election on February 25, 2023. As we approach this historic moment, I wish, with all sense of duty, to speak to the obedient youth of our great nation who have been at the forefront of the struggle for a new Nigeria and who are passionate about bringing Peter Obi presidency. Obviously, efforts of 4 persons without structure tweeting in a room have been felt, even on the rooftops of virtually all the households across Nigeria, with strong echoes world over. So far, the obedients have shown much capacity, exerted so much energy, and have worked so hard to prove that a new Nigeria is possible. With Mr. Peter Obi and Dr. Dati Baba Ahmed, the massive acceptance by Nigerians and the electorate have further deepened our collective resolve to take back our country from those who have mismanaged our commonwealth and have cowed the giant of Africa. On this note, and having had a very excellent campaign across the country, on behalf of Nigerian youths, I want to specially thank some of our elderly statesmen whose endorsement of our preferred Labour Party presidential candidate have further emboldened us to fight for our future. The list is endless, but few among them include our father, Baba Olusegun Obasanjo, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, Sir Edwin Clark, Chief Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State, Ohaneze Ndigbo, Ijo Youth Council, Pandef, Afenifere groups, Arewa groups, Middle Belt forums, and so many support groups, both home and in the diaspora. Consequently, we take the silence of some key stakeholders as an endorsement of credibility over mediocrity. We also thank Governor Nyesom Wike and G5 Group for repatterning political participation and for reflecting a sustainable form of integrity for equity's sake. We thank INEC for responding to our call for extension of PVC collection date, and we hope they play a neutral role of an umpire in the coming election. And we also thank the federal government through the National Universities Commission, NUC, and the National Board of Technical Education, NBTE, for declaring school closure for tertiary students to participate in the coming election. We cannot neglect the efforts of security agencies, but we anticipate their neutral, professional conduct to support true democracy come 25th February 2023. I want to use this press conference to specially appeal to our youth protesting across the country as a result of bad governance, Naira redesign, crunch, and fuel scarcity to please stop damaging government and corporate organization properties. It's important we don't get distracted in this build-up to 25th February 2023, which is the day of protest with our PVCs. Let's take our resentment to the polling units and massively vote out bad leaders. For too long, we have suffered under the yoke of corruption, insecurity, unemployment, poverty, and underdevelopment. We have seen our dreams shattered and our hopes dashed. The very leaders who were supposed to serve us We have been left behind by a system that cares more about lining the pocket of the elite than lifting up the masses. Inspiringly, the future of our beloved nation lies in our hands, and I believe that with your vote, we can take back our country. Build a Nigeria that is free from epileptic power supply, poor health care, banditry, terrorism, food insecurity, unemployment, lawlessness, unpaid salaries, workers' strike, and all the other challenges that have plagued us for this long. To the women and youth of Nigeria, I say this: as the backbone of our society, you have suffered under the past and current government when you deserve better. You are the ones who have borne the brunt of unemployment, poverty, out-of-school children, and academic strikes. You are the ones who have been victims of police brutality and election violence. You are the ones who have struggled to access legal tender and transact business in the face of new monetary policies. Mothers has become widows because of senseless attacks on security formations and communities. You are the ones who have suffered under petrol scarcity, bad roads, and non-payment of salaries. You are the ones who have lived in fear of bandits and violent attacks on farmers and women in your communities. You are the ones who have borne the brunt of the failures of our past leaders. You are the ones who have been left behind and left out. But most importantly, you are also the ones who have the power to change things. You are the ones who can make a huge difference. The Labour Party sees you. We hear you and understand you. You are not alone in all this travel. We know that you have been used as tools by politicians in the past, but we are not like them. We do not believe in violence. We do not believe in vote buying, and we do not believe in election rigging. We believe in the power of your voice, the power of your vote, and your determination to create a new Nigeria. The choice before you is clear. Beside the failed PDP and APC, you have the singular choice to vote the Labour Party, LP, which offers you a new Nigeria, a Nigeria that is built on the foundation of character we can trust, competence, and capacity based on track record, vision, and antecedents. So I urge you, my fellow Nigerians, especially women and youth, who have been most affected by these challenges, to vote OBIdients of LP. Labour Party under OBIdients presidency cares about your future. We have a plan. We have the policies. We have the passion to deliver a new Nigeria to you. Labour Party's plan for a new Nigeria under OBIdients presidency is simple, but powerfully innovative. We will create jobs for the unemployed. We will lift people out of poverty. We will give every child a chance to go to school. We will end academic strikes and support our tertiary institutions. We will end police brutality. We will provide access to legal tender and support business growth. We will end petrol scarcity. We will build better infrastructures. We will ensure that workers are paid on time. We will end banditry and violent attacks on farmers and women in their communities. And we will make Nigeria a better place for all of us. Labour Party's vision under OBIdients presidency for a new Nigeria is clear. A Nigeria that is free from corruption, where the rule of law is upheld, where our economy is thriving, where our infrastructure is first class, where our people are healthy and educated, and where our communities are safe and secure. We know that this is a big task, but we also know that it is possible with your vote. We need your help. Come out en masse and vote for Labour Party on Saturday, 25th February 2023. As your national youth leader, I urge you to shun violence and to resist being used as tools by desperate politicians. We know that some of our opponents will stop at nothing to cause chaos, but we cannot allow them to drag us down to their level. We must remain peaceful, vigilant, and resolute. If you witness any electoral violence, please report it to the Electoral Commission, security agencies, and health emergency services if any voter is injured. We need to work together to create the new Nigeria that we all deserve. We must be focused without timidly responding to those who may foment violence to scuttle our efforts, because this opportunity is the best and only chance we have to take back our country. Hence, I urge all Nigerian youth and students to maintain peace, but not to a point of foolishness. as Nigeria belongs to all of us, and no Nigeria is more Nigerian than another. I wish to call on our security agencies to arrest and parade publicly any individual, no matter how highly placed, who commits any form of electoral crime, including bullying of the electorate. This election is very important for the survival of Nigeria, and Nigerians anticipate neutral, non-partisan professional conduct in support of true democracy come 25 February 2023. In conclusion, I want to remind you of the words of Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "The time is always right to do what is right. The time is right for us to do what is right for our nation, for our future, and for ourselves. Let us stand together. Let us vote for OBIdients of the LP, and let us build a new Nigeria." Finally, my fellow Nigerians, we stand at a crossroad in our history as a nation. We can choose to continue with the failed policies of the past, or we can choose to build a new Nigeria, a Nigeria that works for all. I want to urge you to resist the temptation of vote buying. It is a corrupt and illegal practice that undermines the integrity of our elections. Your vote is your power, and no one should be able to buy it from you. No amount given at the polling unit can sustain you the next 4 years. Hence, vote for Mr. Peter Obi and Dr. Dati Baba Ahmed of LP. For this particular election, we have faith in your patriotism and your commitment to a better Nigeria. We have run the race of campaigns, we have fought the battles, and now we leave it in your hands, Nigerians. Come Saturday, 25 February 2023. As victory stares on us, I await our celebration together on 26th February 2023 by God's grace. Thank you, and God bless you, Nigerian youth. Vote Labour Party LP. Vote Papa, Mama, Pikin. You are aware that we have been in a country where policies have been bastardized. And a few days to election, people always do what we call political buying and selling. In the Labour Party, that name you mentioned is not known to Labour Party, and it has nothing to do with our victory come 25th day of February. Many people have been calling the party, saying that some people have defected. Some of them don't even have the nomination of the party, and they are claiming to be governorship candidate under the party. So, as far as I know, till 25th day of February, the Labour Party is intact. Our party structure is intact. We are united. We are not deterred by any scheming of the bad eggs in political spheres of Nigeria. Those are the people that have been doing political trading, and enough of that. That is why the OBIdients presidency is coming on board, to end all form of political marketing and political buying and selling. People must have what we call political ideology and philosophy. You cannot join a movement and in the middle of it, you say you are no longer with that movement. That means such a person does not have the integrity that the Labour Party is bringing on board. That means that such a person does not have the character that the Labour Party is bringing on board. That means that such person doesn't deserve to be trusted with leadership position. Secondly, with the NLC that you asked, as you know, the mismanagement and misrule of the federal government of the past and the APC and PDP government have eaten deep into the hand and body of every individual in Nigeria, every citizen. And NLC is part of Nigeria. NLC are the people championing the welfare and the cause of Nigerian workers. And of course, you know that Nigerian workers are under the plaque called, what we call there's what they call salary scheme, that is minimum wage, that can no longer wage anything minimum in their stomach. So they are fully with us, and I'm happy to say that all Nigerian workers are with the Labour Party, because Nigerian workers, like the Nigerian youth, wants to take back their country, and they want to entrust the leadership of Nigeria into the hand of characters they can trust. They want to entrust Nigerian leadership into competent hands, not people that will come to share our commonwealth, not people that will come to distribute our commonwealth among their friends, people that boast that they married from all parts of Nigeria. Those are not people that NLC and TUC wants to support. TUC and NLC, like every other Nigerian, wants to see a Nigeria where the workers are insured, where their salaries will not exceed 21st, 22nd, 23rd day of the month because they pay school fees and they eat, where their work will be respected and cherished even on retirement. You are aware that we are in a nation where people don't respect our elderly men. They don't respect people that have retired from service. But this is a government that is bringing all this on board. Thank you. Thank you. My brother from NTA. I want to once again re-emphasize our appreciation to the federal government who signed the Electoral Act into law and who brought the beavers. In as much as I'm not using it as an excuse for us not to have agents across the country, I can assure you that there is no political party that submitted 100% of party agents to INEC. You can go and verify this. Labour Party has over 85% agents submitted. So across the country, including the Northeast and the Northwest where you mentioned. And I can assure you that beyond these agents that we have successfully submitted, there are all OBIdients across the country. For example, I don't need to be an agent in my polling unit because I will be there to vote that day, to stand beside and by the corner to watch what is happening. One special thing about 2023 general election is that Nigerians want to bring about democracy, which is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So the people of Nigeria, beyond having agents, enough of calling some people agents, and the people, just like having delegates who decide what happened to the nation. This time around, people call agents. This election is beyond agents. Even agents are going to be monitored. They are going to be put on monitor. So it's beyond party agency position or calling what you say agent. The Labour Party has volunteers across the country, fully on ground. OBIdients are prepared to take on anybody who wants to do any illicit activity on that day in a various polling units. So don't be disturbed. I can assure you on 26th we'll come here again to celebrate. It's a product of rule of law. If you are a very good student of history, you will remember that Peter Obi won his election, they chased him out of government house. Peter Obi so much believes in the judiciary. And I can assure you that Peter Obi presidency will not joke with the judiciary. He will not joke with the rule of law. We will obey the rule of law. And the truth remains that I'm a Nigerian. I feel the pain like every other Nigerian. I am going through what they are going through right now with respect to the Naira policy. But I can assure you that it's not totally a wrong policy. It's not a terrible policy. That policy means well for Nigerian economy. For example, already within the past 2 weeks, we have a reduced number of people hawking on the street. We have a reduced number of people doing all manner of illicit activities on the street. And some of these people hawking on the street are informants of the terrorists we dread. So this policy already have put cash away from many Nigerians. So you don't just buy orange anyhow. You don't just buy bread anyhow. You go to the mall. With this, the taxes that government is supposed to be having will be coming to them. With this policy, the government can now monitor their revenues because if you don't have a shop, you cannot sell umbrella on the streets. Because some of them don't even care. They just go and buy it and sell it anyhow. So the policy, for me, is a very welcome development. And again, this policy will help us. Mr. President said something. He's not a totally terrible human being. He said that as far as he's concerned, he will not allow any individual to mobilize resources to intimidate both the electorate and every other candidate in the coming election. And I feel, as the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he's the one as the driver's seat right now. He knows what is best for him to leave a legacy, and I feel that is what Mr. President is doing. So the Naira redesign policy, for me, will help us reduce the number of votes that those that believe in the system of vote buying will be able to buy on 25th. So I urge Nigerians to exercise patience with that policy, to calm down. Rather, let us express our anger on the polling unit that day by voting out PDP, PDAPC, and voting the Labour Party, the LP, that reflects Papa, Mama, Pikin. And of course, we have been trusting in inanimate objects. That is why we have been experiencing all manner of bad things that we've been experiencing. For once in Nigeria, let us entrust our electoral right, our franchise. Let us invest it on a party that have human being, that have the interests of Mama, Papa, and Pikin in it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course, you know that the Labour Party have maintained high level of peace with our campaigns. I don't like it when you define my youth as volatile people. These are young people that are very innovative, creative, people that are very talented, people that they graduate in Nigeria, they travel in US and they become the best doctors. Is that people you call volatile? They are not volatile. They are very intelligent people. What happened in this case and why they are yearning the way they yearn is because Nigeria have denied them good leadership. Nigeria have denied them mentorship. Nigeria have denied them inclusiveness. And that is why you see them at the smell of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. They want to do anything to make sure Peter Obi wins this election. And of course, this campaign has been driven by Nigerian youth. I give it to them. In fact, I remove my cap for the entire Nigerian youth. They have done well. I am proud of them, and I am happy with them. And I know that the result is going to be in our favor. So there will be no need for them to revolt. So that is the only thing I can answer with respect to that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We will now come to the end of this wonderful press briefing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.